well, one thing is it's handy, and it's a very direct direct material to work with. At least I find that way. That you start at it with your chisel. You start, and you don't have to worry about making molds. You don't have to worry about cast. Of course, it's a disadvantage when you make one. That's it. But it's a direct, and you have there's a good. The aroma of wood is good. The feeling, and it's something that's easily accessible, at least in this area. And I do have access to different types of wood, and mostly cedar. This is hemlock here. But there's also problems with wood, that the checking and seasoning. You'll have to let them set for, they say 3-4 years, something like that, I guess, if you can wait that long once you start with them. And 3-4 years, I've got that much dust on it right now, I guess. Well, cedar is it's a fairly light wood, and it's durable, and of course the Northwest Indians use them and use cedar, and it's a good material to work in.
How do you use the human figure in your work? How does it influence your thinking? Or why does it? Why not do
Oh, I don't know.
geometric forms?
Well, I do at times.
You do what at times?
Well, I do use geometric forms in some of the smaller sketches I've done. Well, some of these are earlier ones when I was working more in just the human form, more or less. I wouldn't say just. But it's just, I guess the idea is that it really doesn't get any more basic for human beings than to work in human form. It's what we're about. And it expresses what we're all about, I guess, again, repeat. It's, well, I some of the earlier ones, the darker sculptures, I don't know if you can see them or not, but I was working in more of the beginning of time kind of basic forms where sort of the beginning of time where the intermingling of the basic female and male forms, sort of the genesis, if that's the way we look at it, or the beginning of the biological and the evolution of different forms that intermingled, and therefore you arrived at in a few billion years human type.
How does your work relate to totems?
Well, I don't know if you can see it in what we're looking at right now, but the work in segments, and the idea that, well, I guess one of the main themes of my work, whether it's in painting or sculpture or whatever, is that because of the kind of scattered mind I have, that to work in different ideas, actually kind of conflicting ideas oftentimes, not so much in these here, but in some of the later ones, that to get more than one idea and get it to work together, and sort of like and that's, I guess, where the connection of totems, the Northwest totems come from, where they have a multitude of ideas, and they're all in. It's almost like reading a book or something. You just go down the totem pole and see all the different symbols and their gods and whatnot in there, and that sort of intrigues me. And it's sort of the idea that I've worked with for a long time, even before I moved out here from Wisconsin. Collective unconscious or something, who knows. The idea that you can work with a lot of different ideas and get them, at least I hope to get them to work. I don't know. It's been debatable oftentimes. I've had more than one person tell me that it's confusing and it doesn't work, and it's too many ideas, and it's and like that, I guess.